G'day folks, and welcome back to Mania 3D in the Diecast workshop. Today we have a set of Hayashi rims. This is what they call them. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And FALKEN tyres. Azenis, whatever they want to call them. And today what's going on, I'm going to turn this into a race car. We're just going to be doing the wheel swap in this one. No drilling the base again. And this is a 1971 Plymouth Pontiac Firebird Formula, they call it. There it is there in the packet. Brand new job. Them wheels will look good on another car that I've got planned for them to go on. Wife brought this one home, so I think it's time I do a wheel swap on it. So there we go. So just basically the same on the Matchbox. I'll just get it where I can hold it properly for a second, folks. And then I get in into the hook, and then I just slide along. That way when I'm finished, I'll just go down there, watch what I'm doing there for a minute. Just gently down there as well, yep. Then around here, and then the same down here, like that. Now what the thing is you can get the car out of the packet. I probably didn't want to worry about it too much in this packet, because this packet's actually busted. It's actually busted on there, and someone was obviously trying to steal it. My wife stopped them. She bought it. Right. And then what happens is you can put it back into the packet once you've done the wheel swap. Once you've done the wheel swap on it, you can put it back into the packet. In one of my previous videos there, I done the Audi 2017 Audi, and there it is back in the packet, glued back. I just use wood PVC glue because it dries clear, and you can't even tell that it's been out of the packet. Base hasn't been drilled either. So there we go. All right. Let's get moving right along with this beastie. Oh no, same old story. I'll be cutting the wheels off. Looks like it's already got a dirty mark on the roof from the original factory. Yeah, it does. It'll clean up alright though. Because I actually don't mind the colour. When we detail this up and turn it into a race car that's going to be this colour, I'm just going to wax some stripes and do all those sorts of groovy things. Now, like the reason why I pull these wheels down, right down like that there, is before I cut them, is that way you can repurpose the axles on another job or something else if you're doing it. You just basically chop them off. They're not a bad looking little rim. I knew that was going to fall over, so I'll make the other one fall over before they go running around the room all over the floor. I'll pull that out. This is only a short, narrow underneath here. When I say short and narrow, that's what I mean in the wheelbase here and the differential. Look at all the detail underneath there that could be tricked up again. So if we end up drilling the base, we will paint that base black. But at this current stage, we have no plans for drilling the base at the moment. They could change overnight. No, I don't. Never mind. Righto. Let's get back into that. Put those cutters down. That's out of my hand. And there's shoes there. No wheels. I'll run a 1.2mm drill through it. Just gently through it there. We're not drilling the base. We're actually just drilling the axle slots because it comes with a wire axle and we're putting a rod axle. Now there's another video I'm going to bring to you about doing these here, and actually also not drilling the base, doing a wheel swap, but also lowering the car at the same time. So we've got that video coming to you soon. I'll get that one all finished up, and there we go. All done. Now I know the axles will fit perfectly. I like the American muscle cars. I've got a lot of muscle cars, but I like the American muscle cars. I like the American, I think I've said this before many times too, the old American big bumpers, big fins, big guards, all that sort of groovy stuff going on. And unfortunately, all of that beautiful groovy stuff's now turned to Tupperware. Because all the cars today now are all plastic. And any of you who are in the industry that you would know, you'd understand what I mean by calling them Tupperware cars. Yeah, alright, so we're going to whack a set of these on. A lot of these sort of rims are actually on your real race cars. So yeah, I know this has got to go all the way in because it's got such a short wheel span between one wheel and the other. Righto, there we go. Look at that. There's, oh, pretty sure that's right. Yep. Now see what I mean. Might do this here. A lot of your muscle cars and your, when we call Mustangs, your Chevrolets, Camaros, Pontiacs, these sorts of things, and in the race series in Australia, a lot of them run these sort of style rims on there. So yeah, looks pretty popular. It actually looks like could actually do with a little bit of a spacer going on in there, because I don't want it sucking underneath the guard. You get what I mean? I like it to sit out there where it should do, just like that. So we're going to have to cut little spaces for this. Spaces I've got might be just a bit too big. Let's check and see. These little clear spaces, we will eventually have those on our site. What I'll do is I'll actually just screw this other axle in. Get that out of the road. I'm going to have to do a bit of trimming on the axles, unless the spaces that I've got work good, aren't too big. So I can cut spaces, as I just use the little plastic tubing that I have. Or if it's an all metal car and I want it to be all metal, I'll cut little metal spaces. Righto, beautiful. Okay, now I always do that there, and I never end up breaking out the centres. So these centres can be extremely fragile, because look, there's not a lot holding them at the end of the day, so that's why you don't go boring in there. Alright, let's have a look here on the back end. What's the back end telling us? Back end's telling us too, look, that the wheel needs to come up. And we'll take it up to there, and them spaces that I got might be just a little bit too big. So what we'll need to do is we get one of the spaces out, and if that's the case, we'll have to do 4 of them, and we'll just have to modify them a little bit on the sanding side. Yeah, another thing that your little off, well, not so much your off cut, but your little wire axles will come in handy for. I'll show you in a brief moment. What we can do is we'll just slip that onto the axle. Right, it's funny that that's tight anyway. Oh, I'll be damned. That looks pretty good to me. I'm pretty happy about that. Don't have to sand or grind the spaces. Let's see what it's like on the back. What's the back end going to do for us? Same. Sit there nicely. And they're just clear little spaces. They're not poking out. Just a fraction they're poking out, but I wouldn't worry about going to all of the effort of grinding them back. So I'll just stick that on there for a brief second. And we'll get another 3 of these little beads out. These little beads are called the size 8, and they fit the rotted axles. We're only debating on whether we should be starting to put these little spaces with our wheel kits for everybody, so they can do the same thing. But if you're a customizer and you're doing all of that sort of stuff and everything else, well, at the end of the day, you've normally 90% of the time you've got the stainless tubing or the plastic tubing or the brass tubing. I always close this off because it's like practice. You don't want to be trying to find them on the carpet anyway. So you've got all sorts of different tubings that you can have or find. We were actually talking about putting some of this on our website, but when we get around it, we're trying to do too many other things. And here's some of the different rods that we use. Just there. And that's the gold and the plastic tube and the brass and the stainless. Now, good thing about these here, I'll show you in another clip, these little nails, and I'll give you the size and all that sort of stuff there. When you're using this tube here, this one here, we're going to be doing a video of this so everyone else can do it there. We found these that fit in perfectly. Straight in, beautifully, no movement, no nothing, they're just little nails, and we'll clean them up after. Anyway, we'll do that in another video coming to you and show you, so that we can all get into doing them. Okay, now, issue is, we have to get that on here. Not an issue, but, and then we have to get the spacer, the little spacer, to line up. And when you've got eyes like me, it's actually good to pick it up the right way instead of the wrong way. I have tried picking these up with tweezers, but then I've also had the issue of ping across the other side of the room. Right, there we go. Spacers are on. This wheel, I'll just check it. Make sure it doesn't need a little touch off it. No, shouldn't do. Famous last words, shouldn't do. I'll just firmly push him on. Is it tight? Alright. I'll just push him on there. A bit tighter. There we go. Fits in there nicely. Sticks in there nicely. Yep. Right, we'll get the front one on. Let's try this. This will come back to you in another video when we start doing the rest to it. And at the moment I'm just getting used to joining videos together, so trying times going on, so I'll come back and have a bit of a break and just do a few of these for the moment. And all of you guys that have been doing it for ages, you will know what I'm talking about. Look, there's some of you blokes out there that besides the work that you're producing, which is awesome. Oh no, don't tell me I dropped that. Whew. Got it. I'm just got to try and work out a little better way to pick these up, because I don't want to mark them or anything, because I don't want to stop the wheels from spinning. Alright, so just, there we go. This little space is on. This wheel can go on now. I'm lucky I was still in the camera there. That was good. Really? There we go, beautiful. Look at that, and them little spaces work the treat. What I should have done is I actually should have just notched a little bit off, and I'm going to do it because I'm fussy. I should have just notched a little bit off the back axle. So I'll just gently remove the rim. Back off there. Yep. And back onto there. Unfortunately, it means there's little spaces that are going to come back out, but that's alright. Drop in there. And these little spaces that come in handy. You can get all of these there if you go to the bead shop, into jewellery and all that sort of stuff. You can get those little beads. Good for doing all sorts of other jobs. Yeah, I'm just going to take a touch off here because I just don't want my axles, like I was saying to you, I hate my axles and wheels just flogging around like they don't fit underneath the car properly, and I don't like that. And it only needs a touch taken off like that. Doesn't need any more than that. And that way it'll come in that little bit that's making it fussy. It needs too fussy, but I like it to be right. I want you to be able to pick it up, and when you pick it up the wheels stay there. They don't go half an inch out the other side. Rushing in. Spaces. I'll try something different here. Just going to stop that. Put that into the spacer. Like that. Right hand side. straight in. The spacer. This is the next trick. Oh, let's try this. There we go. Spacer going on. It's just a little bit tight going over the knurl then, that's all. That's all it is. Put it back on there, won't fall off, which is a good thing, like it nearly did, because I wasn't watching what I was doing. And here we go. Look at that. Doesn't have the flogging around now. Look at that. Now hasn't that made a trick difference to that Pontiac Firebird? Doesn't it look magic? So when we come back to doing it as a race car, I will lower it a touch because it does have that little tiny bit of a high up end lift. But in saying that, I reckon it looks pretty smart. Looks pretty hot with those sets of wheels on there. Let me know in the description. Let me know in the comments, guys. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And everyone out there, take care. So that's just a quick wheel swap today. Thank you very much. All the best.